Hello, good people. What's going on? Halen and I here. Here he is. What's up, little man? Want to give you a little update. He's doing great. He's doing fantastic. Look at him. He's literally twice the size as he was before, and it's just as big of a pain in the ass. But we love him. He's a good boy. So I'm going to try to keep him kind of contained at the same time kind of while talking to you guys. So today I wanted to talk about a little box of heaven when it comes to pretty much anything Van Halen tone, okay? So, I think it was the shit show. He had asked for recommendations on like Van Halen, Van Halen one tone, and this and that, and for the bang for your buck, you know. I mean, again, Eddie had tons of different setups throughout time, right? So he had, you know, his Marshall, and then it was modded, and then it was the rack systems, and it was the wet dry wet setup, and this and that. The dude was a tone chaser. He played through all kinds of rigs, and the Soldano, the PV, the 5150, the 5153, the 5152, the 5150 Stealth, the 5150, 5150, you know, at this point I'm making stuff up. Let me put him down. He's distracting. Good boy. So again, he played through a lot of various stuff, but I have a video. It's going to be a two-parter. Hello. The first part is going to be, he is spoiled rotten. He has to be the center of attention, as you can see. Hey, get your ball. Not me. Get your ball. Hey, ball. 1 second. Go get it. It's dog. So, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't remember what I was saying. Bang for your buck. I think that's what it was. Oh, I have a two-part video. Gosh, how do I stay on track? I have a two-part video. This is going to be part one, and then part two is going to be basically the sound bit. Okay, so the sound bit is just me literally just, picking up my guitar and going straight into playing. It's not, nothing's premeditated. I didn't have anything in mind. I was just noodling in Van Halen tunes, so God knows if this will get copyrighted or not when I post that. Forgive me for my playing. It was extremely sloppy, but again, there was no premeditation. There was no thought. I didn't warm up. Nothing. I'm not making excuses. I'm a decent guitar player. I don't claim to be fantastic, but hopefully you can catch in that sound bit every bit of what this particular amp is capable of. It is absolutely a fantastic amp. It is discontinued, however, it's still very much in the market. You can buy it without further ado because you're like, well, just tell us what it is, Kyle. This is probably nothing new to you guys. It's information that's been out for some time. There's a guy that I totally copied off. I'm going to give him kudos because I got this idea from him. But what I'm talking about today is this little combo amp. This is the THR10X, if you guys didn't already know what this was. I believe it came out in 2011. It's discontinued. They don't make it anymore. However, they do make, I would say, probably a more upgraded version of this. It's like it's a THR series, but they have like different, good Lord, dog. They have different models of it out now where it's just capable of doing more things. It has more presets. But this to me, for the money, okay, you're going to be hard pressed. You know, I don't know that you convince me otherwise. Without getting into the realm of tone and this and that, I understand it's in your fingers. You know, if you can play somewhat decent, you can make anything sound about as close to something. There's one Eddie Van Halen. I'm not him, nor am I going to claim that I can sound like him. But with this amp, you are going to come friggin' so close. For the money, this is the greatest sounding amp I've ever heard in my life. In my life. And I've been chasing after Eddie's tone for years, trying to replicate it like anyone else. And again, this isn't 100% perfect. I'd say this is 99.9%, man. This thing is sick, okay? Now, in that video, I did not run out of the USB. This thing is capable of running a USB. Okay, I'm not going to go into all the specifics of this. Again, this is that kind of video, okay? This is for the shit show and anyone else who cares to know about Van Halen one tone specifically. I am probably going to play another video sometime later where I'll actually go into like the 90s tone. I don't know that I really need to because that video exists elsewhere and I'm not trying to copy off this person. I was asked a question and again, I'm here to help you guys. But again, this amp, when I played through it, it was just off of my cell phone. It wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't plugged in. I wasn't in any kind of interface. It was just literally through the phone. So I hope that it really comes across as good as it sounds, because this amp is actually in stereo. As you can see, there's about 4 speakers there in the light, okay? So you got some effects coming through some. It's almost like a wet, dry, wet setup kind of almost ordeal in its own way. But this is, again, a Yamaha THR10X, and it is the shit, okay? We'll go over the presets here in a minute, but again, this is, I believe I'm gonna give total kudos to this guy because I totally copied his settings. His name is Cameron Cooper, I think. Phenomenal guitar player. He's English. The dude shreds. I've watched a lot of his videos, as I'm sure probably some of you all have even come across him. But he actually goes into the deep dive of, you know, the settings and this and that as my dog growls at himself and freaks out here. And he's gonna want me to throw his ball. Go get it. But we're just gonna specifically talk about Van Halen one tone. So in that clip, you're gonna hear me play through, of course, you know, this guitar, as you guys have seen before in previous videos. This is my, you know, version of the Frankenstein guitar. It's a ash body, you know, a bird's eye, very pretty bird's eye maple neck. It's 5/8 flame. I'm not gonna go over all the details. You guys know what it is. The main reason why I wanted to play this guitar specifically is, where's your ball, dude? Go get it. Oops, that was a horrible throw. Let me redo myself. Give me that back. Go get it. The reason why I wanted to play this one specifically is because of this pickup. This is the Seymour Duncan 78. This is my absolute favorite sounding pickup for Van Halen one tone specifically. I mean, it can cover any Van Halen sound really, but I mean, to my ears, again, my ears, this is the best sounding pickup for, if I was to say Van Halen overall, Van Halen, that's the pickup. Especially Van Halen 1. This this pickup is awesome. So again, that's what I'm playing through. This pickup's not active. You're not going to hear anything from that. It's just strictly pickup, direct mounted in here, run through my 500K low friction pot, and my dog's losing his mind still because he won't leave me alone and let me do this. Sorry, guys. I'm also going to be playing through my mini practice pedal board, and this amp is sick for practicing. It's awesome. It's capable of doing anything you need it to do. But here's my little mini pedal board. You are going to hear a couple different pedals on it through the amp, so you're actually going to get to hear it through the front end of the amp, how it's going to sound. The only things I use briefly, and again, you'll probably hear me click on it. I use this pitch factor pedal here, which is just like a detune. I essentially use that for my chorus. I use this more E-Lady pedal, which is my flanger, and then I use this right here for my phase 90, if you will. Other than that, you don't hear any of these other pedals. Again, you hear them briefly in taste, just to try to get, you know, kind of the Van Halen-esque tones, if you will. And I say that a lot too. But again, guys, for the money, I mean, you're going to be so hard pressed to convince me otherwise that this, you know, isn't the best sounding amp you've probably ever heard when it comes to Van Halen stuff. And of course, he lost his ball underneath a table that he can't get to. Sorry, guys, that this is literally impossible, but hey, got a dog. He's important. I love him, and this is how it goes, and this is what we do. So, without further ado, here is the settings here. As you can see, I have gold for the Van Halen 78. I got silver for the Van Halen 90. And here's the controls. Okay. Hopefully you can tell the different colors there. I'll go over out loud kind of what everything's on. But again, I just literally copied pretty much Cameron's settings, and I just marked them so I would never forget, because it was awesome. So real quick, just down the line, when you choose your amp setting, it's going to be on the Brough 2, which is again just a Brough sound. The gain, you're looking at probably 3 o'clock, master all the way up, bass all the way up. Middle is again all the way up, so all those are just dimed, you know, just like it was you know, an overdriven Marshall. The treble, you're probably looking at about 2 o'clock. I do have a little, or I have no effects as far as like chorus or flange or anything on it as far as the preset on the amp. That's nothing. I do have where it says delay reverb. I have that literally right to where the Y is in delay, where it says DLY. That's literally where I have it. Other than that, I mean, the guitar and the volume is just literally just your overall volume. I think when I recorded, I had it about 3/4 of the way, and this is 10 watts if I remember correctly of shit your pants. It does run also a 9-volt, which is a lot of 9 volts. But in case, again, if you want to just take this out and you just want to play this somewhere, it's cool. I'm not really crazy about the army green color, to be honest. I think it looks really tacky, but I don't really care. It looks like it is, but it sounds really good. There's these little orange lights that happen to come up and illuminate the background. It's got a nice little handle. I mean, this thing is super duper light. And maybe in another video, if you guys want me to talk about pedal boards and my practice pedal board and stuff. But I mean, I probably play out of this thing literally 99% of the time. I mean, the thing just sounds sick, and it has some really cool other settings as well. Again, I'm not going to go into a deep dive, you know, review of that specifically. Sorry, I'm trying to keep him distracted. Because there's tons of videos that actually cover that. And again, I'm not trying to be a copycat, okay? I'm trying to be original, but again, you know, I've come across a lot of this information through a lot of years of research, a lot of trial and error, a lot of watching other people's videos. So again, I just hope that this helps you even at all, a little bit, or anything else. But again, I hope that you enjoy the playing. Like I said, it wasn't my best. It was just in one take. You know, this whole thing is completely unedited. As you can see, I'm not really that professional when it comes to stuff, because mainly I don't care. You know, again, I just enjoy doing this. I kind of like the challenge of just being off the cusp and just going along. So again, I hope this helps you specifically, the shit show. And, you know, anyone else out there, like I said, if you guys have questions or whatever else, I am more than happy to try and help you as best as I can. But like I said, there's just so many videos out there and so many knowledgeable people that are willing to help you and have great information. So, like I said, even if this helps you, you know, in the least, you know, then great. And I'm gonna leave it at that, because it's about 15 minutes long now, and I'm feeling pretty tired. It's been 105 plus here for the last, I couldn't even tell you, 4 weeks straight. And whatever brain cells I have left, it has fried. All 2 of them. I'm done. I'm tired. I gotta be up at work early in the morning, but I just wanted to get this video in. I had a little bit of time. Do what I can. So again, you guys have a great night. Do whatever you do, and we'll see you next time. Peace.